What's up, Bills? J-dawg back to answer some more goddamn questions. And questions we're going over today are on the fucking video. Which one did I pull up? The Elite Metal Rules I thought was just common fucking sense. 1K views 3 weeks ago. And what I did too, I'm going to kind of maybe start doing this. I noticed the guys at the top seem to get all the preferential treatment. So what I did for this, I scrolled all the way to the fucking bottom, and just the first question mark I saw, which I don't even know what the question was. I just saw a question mark. And that's what we're gonna go for. Like, so a few videos, kind of, the guys at the bottom, I feel like they're kind of missing out sometimes. You know what I mean? And I've been, for the most part, sticking to. I don't think I did this video yet over the Elite Metal Rules. Pretty sure I pulled the right video, but I didn't recognize. I started reading away and some stuff at the top and didn't recognize anything. So pretty sure. But we'll jump to the next one in case it did. But I'm gonna, unless I have to, I see good ones, which I, for the most part, do. I'm not going to do too many videos on spending questions on one video, just because, like I said, this one's 3 weeks ago. Not that I ever need to get to where it's day of caught up, but fuck, I mean, 3 weeks, goddamn, I'm never getting ahead. So, but again, that's a good problem to have because I'll always have content. So, and the fuck who? Third comment from the bottom, Vic Vagina. Does Chris Dora wear anything but Kiss shirts? Yeah, I mean, funny thing is, I know he likes Kiss, but I don't even know if I've even seen him in a Kiss t-shirt. Probably have, but when I see him at shows and stuff, I've definitely seen him in other shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have seen him in a Kiss shirt. Maybe I have, but he definitely wears death metal shirts and shit like that. So, Ben NG, what are your thoughts on grass-fed beef and diet soda? I like both of them. If you're going to go with beef, grass-fed is better, although it is overhyped. The reason grass-fed beef's better, real quick for you guys, is because the fat content, it's more omega-3s as opposed to omega-6s. But it's funny because it is hyped sell, because that's how they sell shit, and they mark it up all so much better. It's only a tad bit better. You look up the profile, it's not that, there's not that big of a difference. So if you're tight on cash, just go with the regular fucking beef. But if you can't afford it, the grass-fed is technically a little bit better. More omega-3 fatty acids as opposed to omega-6 fatty acids. Protein content's exactly the fucking same. And it actually tends to be a little tastier too, I think. Maybe more so the texture. Maybe it's a little softer, more moist. It's probably because of the fats. And then diet soda in fucking moderation, I think is great, especially when you're dieting. It takes the edge off things when you're craving shit and you're starving as fuck. Throw back the fucking Diet Coke or something. That's what I do, man. Fucking helps out fucking big time. And all these fucking hippies that'll say shit like you can't lose weight on it. It's retards that have never been ripped in their life. I'm definitely single digit body fat right now, and I use it I definitely use it. But don't be one of these dummies that drinks diet fucking soda all day or artificial sweeteners all fucking day. That's fucking stupid. Because anything, that's what people say, oh, it's bad for you, like that. Anything in excess is. Water can kill you. If you drink fucking 5 gallons of water in 20 minutes, it's going to literally kill you. So, yeah, anything in excess. But, I mean, if you have 1 or 2 cans a day, I'm telling you, you will have no negative effects whatsoever, unless you have, like, an allergen to aspartame and things like that. Oh, by the way, guys, in case you don't like this pop topic, too, and you are curious, and you want to get rid of all the hippie nonsense fucking bullshit when it comes to, like, artificial sweeteners versus sugar-sweetened beverages, the best channel to watch, because he's entertaining, too, is Lane Norton. I think the channel is called Bio Lane. He does, Go search him out. He's fucking funny. He's got a PhD in nutritional science, and I believe sports science and nutritional science. And I know degree in protein metabolism was his big thing that he studied. But he goes and he cites all the research too. So like kind of like here's the link, here's the research showed up. But I mean he goes over just how fucking ridiculous all this artificial sweetener shit is. Just bad for you as the regular shit. How it's all by hippie fucking morons because they have an agenda. 9 times out of 10, it's because they're pushing natural supplements or natural remedies because that's what they're trying to sell you. It's usually by those fucktards. So if you want to be educated and be in the loop of what intelligent people know, go check his shit out. And like I said, he's very, very funny too. It's not like he's just reading scientific jargon off and you don't understand shit. He's a funny guy. Sewer Vomit, J-dawg, question, goddammit. You named some of your favorite guitar players. Who's some of your least favorite guitars? I mean, I'm going to say I have a least favorite because technically if I have something by them, right? I mean, then I like them. But I mean, I'll be honest with you too, guys. I mean, like, other than the classics and shit, I don't know every fucking member on everything. Like, for example, like the last Hemorrhage album, other than like, because you guys know I'm a huge Hemorrhage fan. Other than Anna, Louisma, and Lugubrious, I couldn't even name the other guys. Wasn't it one of the guys is it Ramon, the bass player, the drummer? Because they've swapped those guys several times. Like I don't know every member on every fucking record I listen to. Hell, fucking Flesh Crawl. I don't even know if I can name you one guy. I think one guy, Sven, is that the singer? Maybe there's another guy, Bart. But for the most part, I don't even know. Like, who, if you said name the guitar player on Flesh Crawl, I couldn't even tell you his name. So, but I mean, unless it's Cannibal, Deicides, the Merciful Fates, like that, Trey Osgoth. I know the essentials, but by no means do I know fucking every goddamn member in every fucking band. And if you do, then kudos to you, but I would find that hard to fucking believe. Spencer Kane, question. God dang it. A few different random death thrash bands have been bouncing around the old coconut. Oh, yeah. What's it? J-dawg, what you say on Dr. Shrinker, Merciless, Messiah, Necrovore, Revenant, and Syndrome? So I've commented on a lot of those bands. I'll just go down. Dr. Shrinker, before their comeback stuff, is fucking awesome. The best thing to get is the Necroharmonic CD, in my opinion, that he did. I mean, that's what I own. It was maybe 20 years ago now, 15, at least 10. It's just all the demos, and I believe the 7-inch, and then they split with Slaughter. The comeback shit I didn't like, but the early Dr. Shrinker shit, fucking phenomenal. Nobody sounds like him. Merciless, The Awakening is fucking great. After that, Unbound and stuff, I don't really know it. Don't think it sucks. Don't think it's great. I don't really know it. I know I've heard it. But The Awakening, great album. Messiah, the demos, albums, kind of didn't care. I got the demos. I thought it was good enough. Necrovore, probably one of the greatest demos ever. People ever say, like, what's one of your favorite demos? Necrovore fucking 87 demo for sure. And their Revenant, never paid much attention to them. I think I own a 7-inch by them. Weren't they a band so they're around in like the early 90s and then they broke up and they did a We're Back type shit. I didn't check out the We're Back shit. Don't know their music well enough to comment. It's definitely in the I've forgotten more metal than you know pile, and I remember it being nothing special. But again, don't know enough to conclude that. And Syndrome's good. The 2 demos, that's all I know. They just did 2 demos, right? That was like post Devastation Chicago. It's funny, we just got reissue discs of that from Kill Again Records. Go check it. But I listened to that about 2 weeks ago. They're great. They're fucking great. Like great fucking thrash, like actual, like not gay thrash, you know what I mean? But my only, not complaint, but if I compare it, I thought Devastation is still way better, but the Syndrome post Devastation is definitely good as well. But I don't think they ever did an album or anything, did they? If they did, I don't know. I just know the 2 demos. Mike Violet, J Dizzle, 3-part question. Have you ever heard Time Ghoul? Yes, I have, and I wasn't a fan. It was kind of like, remind me of like, not saying it sound like this, but like Atheist and the more fucking technical artsy fartsy shit. I believe it was the Crip Records that did the vinyl for it, and Dark Descent that did the CD. I listened to it when that reissue stuff came out. I don't know, what was that, 6, 7, 8 years ago? I saw it was like early 90s death metal stuff. I put it on because I always check that shit out, and I was like, yeah, I didn't like it. If no, would you please check it out and state your opinion on the work? Just did that for you, Barbara. Number 2, in an alternative universe, would you prefer to be a character in Trailer Park Boys or a animated band roadie for Metal Lake, Metal Lock, Metal Cyclops? What the fuck? Metalliclops? Don't know what the fuck Metallicops is, and Trailer Park Boys. It's funny you bring that up. I don't even know. Generally speaking, my response would be like, I have no idea what the fuck that is, but Lindsay was watching something, and I'm pretty sure it was that. Where is it one of the guys' name, the guy with the glasses? Fuck's his name? Fergie or Eggs or something weird. The weird guy, the weird gosh, if it's that show, she's watching. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's dumb as hell. But as I was kind of sitting there through an episode or two, is when we were laying down, getting ready to go to sleep. I'm like, it's super fucking dumb, but I guess it's kind of entertaining. So I guess I'll go with that because at least I seen that. The other Metal Lock of the Apocalypse or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't Metal Clopes? Metallicopes? I literally have no idea what that even is. Is that a show? What is that? And number 3, where do hippies hide their soap? Dude, that's another fucking thing, man. Do hippies even use soap? What is with these fucking hippies? Where like I don't use soaps because they have X, Y, and Z in there, and do you ever notice? Is it just me? All the ones I know that do that, I've met a few. They don't use deodorant and shit. A, you smell like shit and your skin looks like shit. So what does that fucking tell you? It doesn't. It's fuck all garbage, man. Just use regular good shit. Then that's just, I mean, do what you want, it's your body. But when I got to smell some smelly bastard, he's like, yeah, because I use some organic soap and there's no, I forget, what even fillers are they even afraid of? Is it the alcohol? It's like, well, that's why you're broken out. Your skin's all broken out. You look like shit. So, yeah, do they even use soap? Is my question. The hippies, because a lot of the hippies I know, that's what they use. I'm like, that doesn't qualify as soap. Blah, blah. You still smell like ass. Lance Conant, if you've already talked about this, my bad. But whatever happened to a new Balmer album? That's kind of like a Paul question. Last I heard, it was almost done. But yeah, it's kind of a while. That's been a year. But I remember with Emanations, that took fucking forever too. Like, I remember kind of hearing from Brian and also Paul. It's almost done. It's done. She's got a master. It was like literally 3 years later. Whatever, no rush. Because I know they'll pull through, and I'm assuming we're putting out. Hope we are. And if we're not, if you got a better offer and someone offered him $20,000, then good for him. You know what I mean? But hopefully we are, because I liked the Emanations quite a bit, and I liked the Embalmed Alive disc that we did a lot too, where it's with Paul doing it all back, old tracks and new, live in the studio. We could, so those are the two that we did, and so yeah, I don't know. But what I've heard, but this is what everybody always says, like, yeah, it's the best shit ever, Brian. But I mean, everybody says that always. So. But I'm sure, pretty confident it's gonna be good. But yeah, I talked to Brian about it and Paul, not recently, but maybe shit. The last time was I want to say the first or second show was it was Embalmer and Nunslaughter show. I think that was the first show I went to. It was either the first or the second, but it might have been the first after when COVID started, shows started happening. I think that was the first one I went to. And I know I talked to Brian a little bit about it. Oh, it's fucking great, brah. And you're gonna love it. It's almost done. So, but I mean, that was definitely 2021 for sure. So I don't know. I mean, it's coming. I know that. Well, I know they're doing one. Joshua Michael, question, J-Dawg. What you think about the Pumping Iron documentary? I personally love it and watched it so many times, even though it's scripted. Plus, the coming in the gym by Arnold line is funny as fuck. Yeah, of course I like it. I mean, it's a classic. You know what I mean? And you get to see, kind of close up what the '70s bodybuilders look like back in Arnold's era. The other competitors would have been Lou Ferrigno, Serge Nubret, Mike Katz. Those guys, Robbie Robinson. Um, as opposed to now for today's guys, you can just literally fucking YouTube it. They all have their own channel or sponsor. We can just see them off season, on season, show, you know what I mean? It's like way more easy access. So yeah, no, I have the DVD, put it that way. Now I will say this: if somebody has no interest in bodybuilding whatsoever, don't like bodybuilding, think it's boring, and if you haven't seen it, probably waste your time. I mean, maybe if you kind of like Arnold, maybe watch it, but for the most part, you probably be pretty fucking bored. Question, J-Dawg. What would you say are your top three bands? I think the regulars would guess Cannibal Corpse and Deicide in there, but who would take the third spot and who is one, two, and three in order if possible? So yeah, it'd be if I had to put an order, Cannibal Corpse. I mean, it's literally a coin flip between Deicide and Merciful Fate. I would say one top three. Cepho Death. Do you enjoy any local Ohio death metal like Lucifixion, Gutted, or Clean Flesh? Other than Gutted, and I mean, like there's like a 10 million Gutteds out there. I'm going to assume these are all new bands. Um, don't really know them, and it's kind of like if a new band's called Gutted in the last. Let's clarify new. If you've started in the last 10 years, you're new. In my opinion, you just are. Like we started in 2012, back in 2012. Like 2012 felt like it was yesterday. Like that's new. Um, it's kind of why would you start a band called Gutted the last 10 years, but whatever. I can't say I don't, but I mean I've mentioned all the tons and tons and tons of great shit to come out Cleveland. A lot of which we've released and stuff I've been a fan of for the years. Decrepit, From the Depths, Nunslaughter, if you count them, Necrofilth, Embalmer, Ton. Who else am I forgetting? I say Embalmer, uh, Midnight. I mean, there's been a shitload of Ohio bands. Hammer. So yeah, I mean, I like a lot of Ohio bands. If that's what you're saying, do I support Ohio bands? I damn sure fucking do. Wicked Devil, King Devil. What happens after death? Live long, brother. It's $1 million question, right? And we're all gonna find out. Like that's the thing is that's the one thing. Well, the two things we all have in common. You know, you can't control being born, and you can't. Everyone's destined from the day you're born. Literally every day, you're closer to your grave. No matter if you're gonna live to be fucking 10 years old, if you're gonna be live to be 120 years old. You know what I mean? That's why I don't stress out about it. You know what I mean? And that's the reason that fucking religion is still in business is because it's that mystery card. You know, if you were able to prove it, literally, whatever method you want to say, how you can literally here's physical proof of what happens after death, whatever it may be, whether it's an afterlife, whether it's just dead and rotting in the grave, whatever it is, everything else would go out of fucking business, all of it. Like it's just because the thing is with me, whatever it is, I'm not going to claim I know what it is. I mean, in my initial thoughts, I think you're just dead and gone. I mean, let's call it like it is. We're just fucking insects. You think like what you go to this special little afterlife. So every human that ever existed, not just that's currently on the planet right now, but 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. So what? Fucking Albert Fish from fucking when he was executed in the 30s. Is he just reigning in hell, or is he in fucking in the heavens? So he's technically still alive. Give me a fucking break. I mean, how silly does that sound? So what? Literally trillions and trillions and trillions of people, like we're just going to open the gates to. You know, let's say there was fucking ever that lived. Maybe it was, we're talking humans of all time. We're not even talking, we didn't even get into animals. They're mammals too, so they're there too. How many fucking, shit, what's after, what's after trillion? I know it's such a big number. Is it gazillion? How many gazillions are you know, there? And then was it just heaven and hell and half of them are in heaven, half of them are in hell and you're just all hanging out? Like it just sounds, what I'm getting at is whatever the truth is, it's kind of like Deicide says, the truth above, off the Serpent of the Light album, the truth above does not know your Savior. And I've always took that line as what how I feel, man. Whatever it is, whether it be fucking there's aliens in outer space and they know, or whatever the case is, whatever the actual truth is, it's so fucking far from Christianity and shit like that that it doesn't even know that shit exists. It doesn't even know it exists, and they would be laughing their fucking ass off if you gave them that book and like, do you believe this? Like, you follow this? This is horseshit, man. There's no doubt in my mind for me. Like, even if I was like, you know, repent when you're fucking dying. If I was on my deathbed and I had terminal cancer, I don't know what would happen, but I mean, there is zero an ounce of any fucking shade of doubt in my mind that it's not the Christian belief. It's just not. I don't know what it is, what's going to happen, but it ain't that. Fucking some guy nailed on a cross and get the. It's so fucking. To me, like anytime I see people, and again, if they're respectful and they're nice, they're allowed to believe whatever they want. I don't dislike them just because of that. As long as they're cool, they don't bring it up. But I mean, literally, when people follow that, it's no different to me than saying I believe. It's literally like a 40-year-old man. Say it's a 40-year-old person that follows this, and he comes up to me, J-dawg, I believe in Santa Claus. I believe he puts presents underneath my fucking Christmas tree. I believe in the Easter Bunny. He bounces around house to house and he puts candy and baskets for kids. I believe in the tooth fairy. You know, when you lose a tooth, he puts $1 under your pillow. Like, I'd be like, okay, this guy's out of his batshit crazy, right? It's the exact same thing when you're just like, I believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and all this other shit. Like, it's complete, no doubt in my mind is false. No doubt in my mind. Zero. No, I can't prove it, but I mean, there's not even like a shed of fucking doubt. But if you could prove whatever it was, even if it was Christianity, everything else, Judaism, Muslims, Buddhism, all of that, and then everything, and all the rest would go out of business. You know, and that's I think part of if anyone was to be able to prove, whether it be science, aliens from outer space with technology, if it exists, there's that argument too. Not saying I believe in that or not. I kind of hope it was true. It's just kind of cool, to be honest with you. Take us away from the mundane every day hearing about what the fuck's going on with the economy or something stupid. Let's hear about something fucking fun and interesting. You know what I mean? That no one's ever seen. You know what I mean? I think it'd be cool. Um, but yeah, if it was all to be able to be proven, and someone does know the higher ups, they probably wouldn't do it anyways. Think how much fucking money would be lost because it's all that dog shit is fucking money. It's all business. It's all it is. Um, I remember in an early fucking paper interview, it might have been Grimoire magazine. It was Glenn that said in an interview, like, when I see a church, I see a McDonald's. They're both money making organizations. He's 100% right. The only difference is fucking the shitty ass fucking church doesn't get taxed. You know what I mean? That's also too is, you know, I used to say sarcastically too, because you guys know I don't vote and all this other bullshit because it's all it literally just goes straight in the garbage can. There's no doubt in my mind on that too. It's complete. There's no way that they're taking your fucking opinion, telling them how to run their business. There's no way that they're listening to it. No way. Anyways, but if I was to vote or whatever, I was like, first guy I'd vote to is when he's the guy that says we're not raising taxes on the people no more. We're going to start fucking taxing the actual church. Yeah, start taxing that fucking business. Since all it is a fucking goddamn business. And I always reverse the statement too, man. The way I see it is like, there's that old saying, the greatest trick that the devil's ever pulled is convincing mankind that he doesn't exist. I'm like, no. You guys got it completely ass backwards. You reversed it what the truth is. The greatest trick that the church has ever pulled is convincing mankind that the devil does exist. Because without him, they're out of motherfucking business because it's a fucking turd ass fucking philosophy that is completely based on fear. We all know Jesus Christ symbolizes a fool. So that's obviously the most common belief of what or I don't know what would be the most popular. I'm assuming Christianity, but that's what we see here. But is it bigger than Islam if you went over that, over the Middle East and shit, if you count them up? Who knows? They're a bunch of fucking idiots too. That shit's for the garbage can as well. It's all fucking for the garbage can. So I don't know, but I'm proud to say that I'm not a slave to that fucking crap. And what happens? No idea. If I had to make an educated guess, you're dead and rotting in your grave. We're not special. None of us are fucking snowflakes. We're all insects. We are no different than the fucking ants and fucking ladybugs crawling around in the fucking dirt right now. Zero. Do you think when you stomp on one or one dies or like a spider catches a fly, is that fly now going to heaven? Is it going to heaven, Betsy? No. It's fucking dead. It's just gone. Turns to fucking ash eventually when the fucking body decays and shit, like our bodies, buried or, cremated, or whatever the case may be. Or fucking you're thrown at the bottom of the ocean, right? Like some people, I'm sure there's plenty of bodies out there from the mob and shit like that. Whatever the hell happens, just decays away over the years, right? I mean, you're not just spirits not living on. Give me a fucking break. I mean, if it is, then I'm wrong. Okay, then cool. But whatever, then we'll find out. I mean, and quite frankly, you got to ask yourself this too. So you're around for all in all. So let's imagine somebody that died in the 1600s, right? Let's just say there. So he's still alive. Me asking myself, unbiasedly and no jokes, not trying to be funny or a tough guy, do I want to live that long? The answer is I don't. And here's another thing too is, so who's the lucky one? If you die at 95 years old, your grandpa, he dies at 95, is he in heaven now? Oh, hey grandma, hey guys, he's all fucking crippled. As opposed to the guy that died at 20 years old in a car wreck, he's all fresh as a fucking daisy because he died in his 20s. Fuck, in that case, kill me now. I want to be fresh as a fucking daisy for immortal. I don't want to die in my 80s and be all fucking crippled and shit. Like, how does it work? You know what I mean? And then of course, they're going to have some silly, well, it's your spirit and shit like that. But your spirit's completely fucking different as opposed to like at different times of ages, whether you're 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old, 50 years old, 70 years old. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense and they have no answers for it. So my guess is dead and around the grave. And to be honest, when you really stop and think about it, living on forever, I kind of prefer that it is than that. Yes, dead. When you're dead, you're dead. You're gone. Next in line. Players change, game remains the same, right? That's it for this one, Devils. Comments, questions, concerns, put in the fucking comments box. We'll see you tomorrow. Later, goddammit!